We are now at the DJI flagship store and we're going to check out the DJI Mavic Air. And we are here with the Magic Air. Hey filmmakers, we are now back in the office from the DJI Mavic Air workshop, which wasn't really a workshop, was more an introduction presentation of the Mavic Air. And I'm going to talk a little bit what I learned. The Wi-Fi connection instead of the connection what the Mavic Pro has. It's a new Wi-Fi system which is improved over the Spark. However, it is only really good when you don't have any disturbances. So if you're outside in a forest or far away from any building with Wi-Fi, you can get 4 kilometers with that. However, if you're in a city with a lot of Wi-Fi, everybody with buildings with Wi-Fi routers probably got more or less than 500 meters of distance before you run into signal issues. It has the same blades as the Spark. So it's quite noisy and not as silent as the Mavic Pro Platinum. One thing that is quite handy that's built into the Mavic Air, it's a built-in memory of 8 gigabytes. It's not really for filming long periods, but it's in there if you need it. If you forgot your micro SDs, you could at least take a few pictures or short clips and enable you at least to capture the shot. One thing that is really improved is the active tracking. Now it has, it actually recognizes people and it gives them like a green dot, and you can actually directly press on your screen to choose the dots and choose the persons instead of having like the old system where you still had to drag like a box around the person for it to track them. With the Mavic Air, there is 2 new quick shots. It's the asteroid, which goes like from a 360 world shot to going back, flying to a close-up shot. Personally, for me, I don't. It's a cool shot for like social media, but I would not use it anywhere because maybe for a vlog, but I would never use it for like a professional shoot. The other one is Boomerang. That one is quite interesting, but you need to have the space for it. But probably also it's not a thing that I would actually use. Now also the camera has no focus, so it's directly on infinity focus. So if you are trying to capture a picture close up, you can't focus on the person. So I've seen like some of the orbit shots where it comes back very close and that the person is pretty much out of focus, so that is like a downside to it. But personally, I rather have it on infinities because most of the time I'm shooting like landscapes or buildings from far away, and I don't really need to have it focus on something close up. And the lens is actually much wider than the Mavic Pro. The lens now is a 24mm equivalent, so giving you a wider field of view than the Mavic Pro, because the Mavic Pro is a 28mm equivalent. Also, they brought out hard cases and bags for the Mavic Air, and the hard case is actually very similar to this hard case that I use for the Mavic Pro. However, the only difference is that they have like a pouch for the remote. Personally, I don't like it because like the joystick sticks out and it could break your remote having that in your other bag or putting it into your luggage. So the big question, of course, is would I upgrade to the Mavic Air? But first of all, I want to thank Production Crate being the sponsor of this video. If you go to their website, there's a link in the description below. You can actually register and download free effects from their website. And if you pay a certain fee annually, you can actually go to their Pro or get a Pro account and download from their Pro library, which is much more effects that you can download. So actually having the Spark and the Mavic Pro, personally for me, these two are 2 different kind of cameras, and also we're working with like multiple operators. The main thing is like when we're flying with the Mavic Pro, we are doing it for like professional shots. We're shooting also raw photos, and the size wise it's not that bad. We can handle this size, even though this is much smaller, and also the Mavic Air is also much smaller. But the Mavic Pro, we have like also the more silent blades on it. It's doing the job well. It's only like if we are ever crash this really bad, we would replace it. But most of the time we also fly very carefully with this. The only reason why we have the Spark is like a crash cam camera. This is made really sturdy, so it doesn't have any of these foldable bits that folds in and out, which like is easier to break. But also the Spark, we have crashed it several times now, and it hasn't broken anything. It's really sturdy build. But also if it's crash or breaks, this is much cheaper to replace, because this is only $399, and that is like action cam kind of prices. Well, with the Mavic Pro, Mavic Air, the price is much different. It's like $799, and like that would hurt my wallet much more crashing those. But also a lot of the footages right now, we don't really need to have 4K, and with this I would do more crazy shots with the Spark. And actually I do like the 1080p that's coming out of this camera, and a lot of people actually asked me like, did I grade the footages from the Spark? It's straight out of the camera with no grading. It already looks really impressive. So the Spark, I actually like really flying with this small thing most of the time, and actually let all my other crewmates fly the Pro for the other shots. But yeah, I think like currently the Spark actually does the job really well. I don't see it being replaced that fast, unless they are going to release a Spark 2 with 4K and at around like for like a slightly more price, but not at the price of what the Mavic Air is right now. But of course, if DJI want to send me one to test out, it's a different story. But that was mainly it. Hopefully you guys like this video, and please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more upcoming videos, please subscribe. Also check out my other videos on this channel. If you have any questions, please comment below or join us on our Facebook group. There's a link in the description below, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.